Alright, what is going on guys, Slim here, and in today's video, I have a guide for you guys on what the best 150 Paragon Storm build is for 5th Age PvP. Now, I previously did this a couple of months ago, and that series absolutely blew up on the channel, and I just want to thank you guys for that real quick before we get into the video. I think we had like 4K views and like 100 likes on like almost all of them, so let's see if we can, pop this video off as well. Maybe go for, I don't know, 70 likes. So far, I'm doing pretty good on Test ROM. We are #1 on the leaderboard so far. I haven't queued up in a couple of hours, so, a couple of people have caught up to me. But, we're going to really push and try and keep that #1 spot if we can. Guys, I'm going to show you guys the build I am running and the stats, and I'll talk about a couple of alternatives on the way. But if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 2K subs for 2023. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So first things first, you are going to want the Merciless hat. And the reason you're going to want this is because the stats are just literally better than Dragoon in every way. And you're not going to want to run the Highland set on a Storm because you're the glass cannon school, right? Why would you run defensive resist build on the full glass cannon school, right? Doesn't really make sense. You could if you want to, but you get more value from running this build, right? So, running the Merciless hat, Motorist robe, you can use like Dragoon. It's not that bad, honestly, in this meta right now, but I recommend Motorist. You can craft this free to play now, guys, if you are not aware of the spring update. You go over to this guy right here, Mr. Marco, I believe, and then he's a crafting guy, and you can buy the recipe for the Motorist robe. So it is free to play now. Next up, we have the Merciless shoes. Again, two-piece Merciless to get that absolute full glass cannon stats. And you do actually get 2 6-round auras in your main deck. So the value off of this Merciless set is insane, honestly. The Kinzal did a very good job at, crafting out the playstyle for Merciless, how aggressive you can be. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about the update, if I'm being honest. And one thing you guys will notice, both of these Mercy pieces don't give any pip chance, and you'll see what we do to compensate for that a little bit later. Overall though, you don't really give up any stats. You'll see that in a minute. I'm just gonna get through the stats. I am running the Supreme Wand. I've seen some people run the Merciless Wand, but personally, I don't think it's that good. Sure, the block is nice, the extra crit is nice, right? I think you get like 1 more damage or something, but you do lose 19 shad rating, so, you're gonna get out-shaded. In a Storm Mirror matchup, if I get my shad before the other player, I can threaten more than he can threaten, right? I can control the tempo better if I get the shad rating, right? But that being said, unfortunately, shad rating is still very much RNG. I've had games where, I'm running shads and I get outshaded by a guy who isn't running shads. So, it's not a perfect system, but for overall consistency and the best play, I would recommend the Supreme Staff. Merciless Athame, you will need the 15% jewel. You will need it. You can get that from Hall of Heroes or the Battle Pass, I believe. Then this is where it gets interesting. So I am back to running the Fire Mastery. I didn't do it in the last age, but with Solar Surge being gone, you kind of got to make up for your damage with going for your school's gambits, right? So for this one, I set up my Thundering Djinn, right? If I get a Bubble, a Galvanic, a Thunderbird out, that's 3 buffs, then I can Strike and do it. It just one-shots everybody, right? So it's really good. I'd recommend this. Some other alternatives are, Balance Mastery or Dragoon. They're not too bad at all. Dragoon is actually really good, but you do give up quite a bit of resist, a whole 3%. So not entirely sure about that one. I might do it for a video. Ice Mastery, it's decent, but you don't really see a lot of deaths spamming Grim Reader like last meta, or balances spamming Colossus like last meta. So I would recommend Fire. Next up, we have the Merciless Storm Ring. you know, do I really need to say anything more? It's just a pure upgrade from Aphrodite, right? To get 100 more critical on the critical school and 4 more damage. Why wouldn't you use it? It's great. Now, this is where it gets pretty wild. I need to get my D-Lance Jewel here real quick. Give me a second. Alright, so this is the pet I think you're going to want in 5th Age PvP for a Storm. This pet took me $15 to make. I made it from scratch, so, you know, shout out to me, I guess. That's so cringe, but whatever. I'm proud of it. So yeah, you're gonna want literally every talent like this. No exceptions can be made, because you need to socket D-Lance. If you don't have D-Lance, or, you know, have a Kroger Jewel near you, or you are a free-to-play player, what you would do, I guess, is try and make a Pip O'Plenty pet. So let's say, for example, you swap out Dealer for Pip O'Plenty, and then you can socket Dealer, right? You'll still technically get the perfect stats, but you'll lose the main cast, right? So there is a free-to-play way to get it, but personally, I think this is just better, and it's much more easier and accessible, in my opinion. Now, I'll talk about why I think you want the bubble pet. I know some people are like, oh, Liam, you can use a Steel Ward pet, or Beetles, or an Elf. And I've used all of them a lot. You know, Storm is my main school, guys. As you can see, I played a lot of 4th Age on my Storm. And I'm telling you, main deck Beetle, it's just really not worth it, man. It's good, but if you think about it, you have 5 shield breakers in. Do you really need an extra 4 in your main deck? Like, you'll have 9 shield breakers, right? You'll just pull so much junk and so much shield breakers, and you'll deck fail. So I don't think the Beetle is worth it. I recommend them in side deck like I do. You could use the Elf, I guess. I've had some success with it in 4th Age PvP. Your next alternative would be the Elf, I guess, if you don't want to do the Lord of Spring. But I'm using this pet because I can basically get Bubble uncontested unless I play a Life or an Ice, really. And if I do play an Ice, which is my counter matchup, they typically use the Blimp pet, right? So me having an extra 2-pip Bubble will actually, you know, save me a lot of time and allow me to not deck fail as much and keep up with them, right? So personally, I would recommend this pet, guys. Next up, you're going to want the Rock Mount. So, again, yes, you do need D-Lance, and you do need the Rock Mount. You can get this in the Sinbad Gauntlet, I believe, or in the Crown Shop in the Sinbad pack. Then next, you are going to want the Supreme Founder deck. I do not have it, unfortunately, but this is the next best thing you can get. The critical stats are basically the same, but the Supreme one, you get about 60, I think about 64 more health and an extra copy in the main deck here. So either one of these are good. Again, you get this from Omen, and you get Supreme Founders from farming in Lemuria. And then your overall stats come to about 8,700 health. Again, if you have the Lemuria deck, it'll be about 8,770. So, you know, pretty, you know, helpful to get that deck. I just don't have it. Then you have 145 damage, which is really good for a Storm. 54 res, which is kind of low, but keep in mind, you are the Glass Cannon School. I think that's more than enough for a build like this. 35 accuracy. Again, you do need the 15% jewel I talked about here, guys. If you don't have it, you can base fizzle a Rasulka, so be sure to get that. It's pretty important. I've seen a lot of Storms fizzle on this test realm. So then you got 550 crit and 510 block. I believe if you have the Supreme Founders, you get about 10 more of both as well. So really solid crit stats. You got 44 pierce, which is pretty good considering we're not running a Clockwork Courser, right? Or, you know, like a really good pierce robe. So yeah, this is really good. And then you will have 100% pips, but I don't have my rock mount on, so let me do that here real quick for you guys. Alright, so we equipped the rock, so now we have 100% pip chance, 21% pip conserve, which is pretty bad, but you don't really rely on pip conserve on a Storm. Like, let's say you have all gold pips and you send a Thunderbird. Chances are you're not really banking on pip conserving the Thunderbird, right? You don't really need pip conserve on a storm, it's not that important. And then you have the maximum shad rating in the game at the moment. So yeah, the stats are really good. If you don't have the rock mount, I would probably just recommend Clockwork Courser to get 46 Pierce, and you could always run, you know, Steel Ward to get rid of your new pips, or I guess, you know, main deck Beetle for the new pips as well. I know people have been asking me for my deck setup as well. Here it is, guys, if you'd like to see it. I'm still kind of tweaking it around a little bit. I was only running 3 scales before, but there's a lot of trap stackers in queue, so be sure you're packing these. And if you are curious on how to beat trap stackers, be sure to check out my video from a couple of days ago, or yesterday I think. It'll help you understand how to beat trap stackers and the mentality behind it. Yeah, I think that's everything to show you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, let's go for 60 or 70 likes on this video, and subscribe if you are new and you made it this far. It really goes a long way with helping me. Again, we're trying to get the 2K subs for 2023. And yeah, without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, take care, guys.